guys, maayong hapon. Sa wakas at nakabalik na tayo dito sa bansang Pilipinas. Ayan, good afternoon sa inyong lahat at ngayon po ay November. November na. November na talaga, hindi na mapipigilan. At masaya ako na nakabalik na kami. At ang dami kong na-experience na gusto kong ikwento sa inyo. Parang gusto kong gumawa ng summary. Actually, itong episode na to ay magiging summary ng mga natutunan ko sa ating last na international trip sa Thailand. Ano yung may mga nabasa akong mga tanong na gusto kong sagutin and yung experience namin sa customs ng airport natin dito sa Pilipinas. In our case, ang customs na aming nakaharap ay ang Davao International Airport Customs. Ayan, shout out sa inyo dyan. Hello, hello. Sana naman ay okay ang all. So, normally guys sa atin, no, sa ating mga Pilipino, pag naririnig natin yung word na yung word na customs, word na immigration, iba yung kaba ng ating puso, iba yung lukso ng ating dugo. Ayun. Pero before ko simulan, mag-hello muna ako sa lahat. Of course, magpapasalamat at sana ay okay kayo ngayong buwan ng November. Sana ay nagkaroon kayo ng chance na mapuntahan at mabisita ninyo ang inyong mga mahal sa buhay na sumakabilang buhay na, ayun. Sana ay napagdasal nyo sila at napuntahan nyo sila na alaya ng bulaklak at nadasalan nyo na din. Sana ay okay po kayong lahat. At sa mga kababayan natin na hindi nakauwi, sana okay din kayo. At alam ko yung nanay ko dati guys, nung nasa abroad kami at gusto niya magsindi ng kandila para sa tatay namin, ginawa niya lang yun sa labas ng apartment namin sa may hagdan. Kasi para daw, sabi nila, para wag ka daw bisitahin, kailangan mong bisitahin yung mga mahal mo sa buhay na sumakabilang buhay na. Pero hindi naman ako naniniwala doon. Gusto lang talagang gusto lang talaga i-commemorate ng aking nanay, yung aking tatay, at least once a year sa pamamagitan ng pagsindi ng kandila. Ayun. So anyway, I also want to take this opportunity para magpasalamat sa inyong lahat na patuloy na nanonood sa aming YouTube channel at sa kwento ng aking buhay as single nanay ng aking 4 na kulot, half Ugandan or half African, half Pinoy children. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, guys. Mahal na mahal namin kayo. Katulad ng pagmamahal nyo sa amin, pag-alay nyo ng oras, pag-alay nyo ng panahon, pag-alay nyo ng sometimes blessing. Kasi I will not deny the fact na meron talagang mga nagsishare at nagpapadala ng blessings sa mga anak ko. Ayun. So maraming salamat, guys. And we hope na makilala at mamit namin kayo sometime in the future, inshallah. Ayan, kung hindi kayo taga Jensan. Anyway, kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe at gusto nyo makita yung kwento ng aking buhay, ako po ay isang single nanay sa aking 4 na anak na 3 lalaki at nag-iisang babae na half African, half Filipino. Naging single po ako kasi pinili kong iwan yung aking buhay asawa na walang klaro. Walang klaro kung sa Bisaya pa, guys. Ayan. So, pinili kong umuwi dito sa Pilipinas after living in Africa for 4 long years. I had a wonderful time there. I traveled well. Locally, I met a lot of people. I experienced a lot of legit African way of living from the ground. Ayun, tuwang-tuwa ako dun. My marriage, of course, is a different story. Pero masaya na ako ngayon at andito ako sa Pilipinas. Marami yung mga nagtatanong, Ma'am, nasa Pilipinas ka na ba? Ma'am, nasa Africa ka pa ba? Ma'am, babalik ka pa ba sa Africa? Currently, I am in the Philippines, guys. As you can see, andito po ako ngayon sa negosyo na sinimulan ko, ang Mayumi Thailand Closet, which is this one, our Facebook page. At nagbibenta po kami ng mga beauty products, clothing, accessories, most of them 95% galing sa Bangkok, Thailand. Ayun. So if you want to check out our items, please guys, paki-visit naman itong aming aming Facebook page kung gusto ninyong i-check out. At kung mahilig kayo sa mga dresses, mahilig kayo sa mga damit, mahilig kayo sa mga pantulog, kung kailangan ninyo ng mga beauty products, pampapayat, mga pampaputi, mga pampakalma, hindi pampakalma, I mean yung pang-massage, baka ibang sabihin nyo dyan na pampakalma ha, hindi tayo nagbibenta ng ganyan. I-check out nyo na lang yung aming Facebook page. At kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe sa YouTube channel ko na to, please do like, subscribe, at paki-jombag na lang ng bell button natin, guys. Ayun. Simulan na natin yung aking palakwento ng aking buhay kasi gusto kong i-story sa inyo kasi may nagtanong sa akin doon, nabasa ko yung comment niya. Madam, bigyan mo naman kami ng summary sa whole experience mo sa Thailand. Magkano yung ticket, magkano yung mga approximate na gastos nyo araw-araw, magkano yung accommodation ninyo, ano yung mga gusto mong i-share kapag gusto naming pumunta ng Thailand. Okay? So, I hope I'm not talking too fast. I know sometimes mabilis po ako magsalita, pero try ko lang idahan-dahan. Ayan. Kasi itong episode na to, hindi ko na to i-edit. Diretso na to sa baul, guys. Diretso na natin tong i-upload. Ayan. So, sana maintindihan ninyo ang ating episode na to. And, kung meron kayong mga katanungan, feel free to comment them down below. Kung meron pa kayong mga gustong i-content natin, i-message or i-comment nyo na lang dyan sa baba. At binabasa ko po yung mga comment ninyo. Nakakita ninyo merong like at merong heart. Sa akin po galing yan most of the time. Ayun. Anyway, first question is, Madam, magkano po yung ticket papunta sa Thailand? Okay, bago yung ticket, pag-usapan muna natin yung visa. Kasi ba't ka bibili ng ticket kung wala kang visa? Ayan, pinagalitan ko tuloy kayo. Good news, guys. Filipino passport holders, we don't need to apply visa sa Thailand. Our visa is free. Automatically, kapag nakatungtong kayo sa airport ng Thailand, may tatak po tayo ng 30 days na libre galing sa bansang Thailand. Again, 30 days po yung libre natin. So, if you want to extend your 30 days or gusto mong mas tumagal pa doon, mag-research na lang po muna kayo kasi hindi na ako updated. Pero if your question is, do we need visa to visit Thailand? No, we don't. Meron tayong libreng 30 days na stay sa Thailand. Hindi pala visa ang tawag doon. Or ang tawag dyan is visa free. Ayun. 30 days yan, guys. Pwede kayong maglakwat siya ng 2 linggo, 3 linggo, basta hindi lang kayo sumobra sa 30 days. Kasi pag sumobra kayo, meron na yung next process. Ayun. Number 2 question is, magkano daw yung flight natin or return trip from Pilipinas papuntang Thailand, pabalik ng Pilipinas. So this one, it actually depend kung saan kayo nanggaling dito sa Pilipinas. Number 1, kasi baka marami pa kayong airport na dadaanan. Baka kailangan nyo dumaan ng Manila or baka meron kayong direct flight sa airport na malapit sa inyo, diretso sa Thailand. Pero approximately, I would say, approximate lang, mag-budget kayo ng around 10,000 pesos na round trip hanggang around 20,000, sorry, I will make that 25,000 pesos. Kung may naka-experience pa ng mas mahal dyan, well, you can comment them down below. Pero ang sa alam ko is yung round trip, pinakamahal na nasa 25,000 to, let's put 30,000 pesos. Round trip na siya. Pilipinas to Bangkok, Bangkok to Pilipinas. Once again, depende kung saan kayo nanggaling at depende din sa travel dates ninyo kasi merong iba na peak season katulad ng Pasko, ng mga peak season natin ng mga dates sa travel. Ayun. So, pinakamagandang budget nyo dyan, may alam pa nga ako no, nakakakita sila ng mga 6,000 pesos na round trip. Ayan, depende kung nasaan sila or maybe piso fare, lalo na yung Cebu Pacific. Pero for me, 10,000 pesos is good enough, up to 25,000, 30,000 pesos. I will not book that kind of flight na kapag mahal na siya. I would go to 10,000 round trip to 15 for me ha. Pero kapag sumobra na dyan, masyado na yung mahal. And if the reason is not really good enough, I'm not going to do that. But if it's the reason is about kahil, maybe a big milestone or something very important, then I would definitely book it no matter what. Ayan. Next natin is ang accommodation pag nasa Thailand kayo. There's a lot of options. Wait lang. Check ko lang kung nagre-recording tayo. Ay, wait. Pag check ko, hindi ko na lang sisilipin, no. Check ko na lang gamit yung aking camera. Ayan, nagre-record tayo. Ang talino ko talaga, guys. Ginamit ko to para masilip. Minsan kasi, alam nyo, may mga panahon na nagre-record ako tapos hindi pala siya naka-red. So, sayang yung oras ko. Tapos, hindi na ako nag-uulit. Anyway, accommodation, marami po kayong option. Pwede po kayong mag-hotel, pwede po kayong mag-booking.com, Agoda, o kung ano man yung gusto nyo dyan. Pero ako, nagbubook po ako talaga Airbnb kapag nagta-travel. I find Airbnb much more efficient dahil sa kanyang setup. may kusina, may para siyang bahay, and I find it a lot cheaper. To be honest with you guys, I love Airbnb so much. And when we stayed in Bangkok, I got our accommodation sa Airbnb din. Marami kayong option. Ayan, check nyo na lang Airbnb, ilagay nyo yung location ninyo kung saan kayo sa Thailand. Let's say Bangkok, ilagay nyo Bangkok and it will give you a lot of options. What to consider when you are going there? Depende sa kung sino yung kasama ninyo. If you are moving with senior citizens, if you are moving with children, much better na nasa ground floor kayo. Or kung hindi sa ground floor, make sure na merong elevator. Okay? Kasi pag walang elevator, mahihirapan kayo sa pag-akyat baba at mahihirapan kayo sa pagdala ng mga luggages ninyo at pagdala ng mga isa-shopping ninyo. So, check nyo yan talaga. Number 2, pag nag-check kayo ng accommodation, let's say sa Airbnb, make sure din na i-check ninyo for consideration nyo lang din, depende sa preference nyo, kung merong washing machine. Katulad ng experience namin, napabayad kami ng apakamahal sa pagpapalaundry. I did a bad decision. It was a wrong move for me to get that service kasi napamahal kami doon. Imagine, magpalaba ka and you are going to pay more than 1,000 pesos just for the labahin na hindi naman umabot ng isang palanggana, guys. Konti lang talaga siya. So, it was a wrong move for me. Na-mention naman doon sa Airbnb page ng property na wala silang machine. So, again, it was my fault. Number 3, yung location. Mas maganda pag malapit kayo dun sa place na talagang target ninyo. For us, our target was shopping and Bangkok sightseeing. So talagang tinarget namin na dun lang kami nakastay. So we did not spend a lot on transportation at paglipat-lipat namin, sakay dito, sakay doon. A lot of activities were made already outside of our accommodation. So that was amazing. The food around the area that we booked is also really good and very cheap. So that again is a really good move. Merong nagsabi sa akin na 3-star hotels are around the area. Marami kayong option. Pero I do prefer booking the place ahead of our travel. Hindi po ako yung klase ng tao na magbubook pagdating ko dun sa area na yon. Number 1, kasi minsan kapag late nang dumating, pagod na. Like I said, i-consider ninyo yung mga kasama ninyo. Kung may bata kayong dala, kung may senior citizen kayong dala, consider the comfort more. Okay? And I feel sometimes pag marami kayo sa grupo, mas mabilis pag na-arrange nyo na siya lahat ahead of time. Kasi pag marami kayo and you did not book a hotel because you are thinking that this hotel is vacant and you will just walk in, paano pag walang vacancy? Mahihirapan kayong maghanap, mapapagod ang lahat, baka in the end makagastos lang kayo. So check that one as well. For me, I do prefer booking everything ahead of time, lalong-lalo na sa accommodation. Kapag dumating kami ng airport, it's already around 12 midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, there's no hassle. We get a taxi and then diretso na kami sa hotel, book, sleep, and let God do the rest. Okay, guys? Another thing is, yung next question natin, wait lang, check natin yan. Wait, excuse me lang ako guys ha, pag chinecheck ko talaga, excuse me lang talaga. Another question is transportation sa Bangkok. We use a lot of tuk-tuk. Yung tuk-tuk guys, para po siyang tricycle sa atin dito sa Pilipinas. I showed you that in our recent episodes, a lot of our videos in Bangkok. We used a lot of tuk-tuk. Number 1, mahangin. Hindi kami, minsan nakakahilo kasi yung amoy ng taxi sa Thailand kasi meron silang nilalagay ng mga anek-anek, mga dahon-dahon, mga usok-usok at talagang nakakahilo po siya minsan. So we do prefer the tuk-tuk. Mahangin, hindi nakakahilo. Number 2, mas mura only if marunong kang mag-deal with the tuk-tuk drivers. Kasi tuk-tuk is, the drivers of their local transportation, they cannot speak English most of the time. 90%, 95%, they cannot speak English. So, find a way to transact before kayo sumakay ng mga public transport, lalong-lalo na yung mga hindi metered. Kasi kapag katuk-tuk ang sinakyan ninyo, at hindi po siya, wala talagang meter yan, and you did not really transact or deal sa presyo kung saan kayo papunta, then, expect na madodoble or matitriple yung babayaran ninyo. So, I do advise na find a way to transact with them. If you can speak Thai, much better like I did. I know how to speak Thai because I lived in Thailand for 10 long years. So it was easy for me to make an agreement or deal with the drivers when we go somewhere. So bago kami sumasakay talaga, rule of thumb is to make sure that we are on the same page when it comes to pamasahe. So nagtatanong ako, pwede mo ba kaming ihatid sa ganitong klaseng lugar? And then I'm going to ask the driver, is this fare enough for you? This is the passengers. And magsasabi yung driver, hindi enough yan kasi traffic masyado, or hindi enough yan kasi mas malayo siya. I'm going to check it in my map. Pag nakikita ko yung layo ng isang place, or i-check ko siya sa Grab or sa Grab na app, and I can see that I'm just giving him the right amount of fare, I'm going to stick with that. Pero pag feeling ko, sinosobrahan nila yung sinisingil sa akin, I say no immediately. I don't mind kasi marami namang options. Marami namang tuk-tuk kasi nga nasa middle of the city. Now, if you don't want to go with the tuk-tuk, pwede naman kayong maglagay ng Grab na app sa inyong phone kasi Grab is also very common in Bangkok. You can get a Grab motorbike, you can get a Grab car, you can get a Grab van, Grab limousine, Grab airplane. Ay, walang airplane. Walang airplane, guys. Grab limousine meron. So if you want that option, kasi gumamit din kami ng van a lot of times dahil nga 6 kami and we cannot fit in a regular car. So we have to book a van most times para sa aming comfort at ma-make sure na we are traveling at once. Okay? So that's for the transportation. You saw me guys na I was using a motorbike kasi nga kapag mag-isa lang akong umaalis, I don't use those expensive options like the taxi or the Grab, or tuk-tuk is also expensive kapag mag-isa ka lang. Plus, you get stuck on the traffic a lot when you're in Bangkok. So, I do prefer moving in a motorbike or yung tinatawag nila sa Thailand na motosai. Ayan. And I do pay from 20 baht or 40 pesos pataas. Depende naman sa yung pupuntahan. Now, there are drivers of course na honest. Meron ding mga drivers na gahaman kahit saan ka naman pupunta, hindi lang naman sa Thailand. But like I said, just be smart on traveling, or find or read more or do a lot of research para alam mo kung paano i-deal yun. Kasi pag once na feeling mo dinadaya ka, di ba masakit sa dibdib, minsan nakakagalit, minsan nakakapikon. Pero you can't really, it's not really under your control sometimes kasi nga maraming factor, maraming balakid. So, merong nagsabi doon, nag-comment na, Madam, you are praising Thailand too much. Our country is much more beautiful, blah, 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 blah. Maraming masyadong affected, nasaktan talaga sila, guys. Let me tell you, Philippines is really beautiful. I am not denying that. I love my country. That's why I'm here and I'm back. Kahit na maraming nag-o-offer sa akin na pumunta ka dito ka na lang sa Canada, dito ka na lang sa USA. I really wanted to come back here. Home is home. Philippines is different. Walang ganun sa Pinas. Walang ganito sa Pinas. Pinas is up here, you guys. And don't get disappointed if I was praising Thailand. I know Thailand also has its downs, but of course, I was there. I was sharing to you guys the memories, the experiences that I had, the beautiful experiences that I had when it comes to food, the culture. Meron din naman ako mga culture shock sa Thailand, you guys. Hindi ko lang siguro nasabi sa inyo yan, pero hindi ko maiwasan na i-share sa inyo yung mga good side. Pero it doesn't mean naman na magselos naman ang all. Grabe naman kayo talaga, guys. Masyado nyo naman yung seryoso. Yung mga natin, ang akin lang, it's just something na i-share ko sa mga gustong mag-travel sa Thailand na nagdadalawang utak or nagdadalawang isip. Huwag namang magalit ang all. Okay? So, I hope those videos really helped you to give you that kind of idea kung ano yung Thailand or ano yung Bangkok at least. Okay? Ano pa ba yung comment doon? They said, Madam, we wanted to hear you talk more in Thai local language. So, eto, na-mention ko na to sa last episode natin, pero I want to mention it again. You call, Thailand's people are called Thai. Hindi Thailander, hindi pa man kung ano. Mostly kasi naririnig ko Thailander eh. May namit ka bang Thailander? Kamusta yung mga Thailander? Anong kaibahan ng mga Thailander? Ganun ang sinasabi. It's actually Thai, or kung madami sila, Thais. Okay? T-H-A-I. So, kapag nandun ako, ang tawag namin sa kanila is Kun Thai, or Kun means tao, Thai means their nationality. Like sa atin, nationality natin, Filipino or Pinoy. Tama ba ako, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero yun siya. And then may nagsabi na, Madam, parang medyo nakakalito kasi yung mga Thai ay kamukha din ng mga Filipino. Yung mga Filipino mukha ring Thai. Yes, that is true. Most of the time, malilito yung isang Thai kapag nakita kang Pinoy, lalo na pag nakakapagsalita ka ng lingwahe nila, they will really think you're Thai. Kasi nga magkatulad lang tayo ng features. Though yung balat ng mga Thai, most especially nasa city, they have much, fair yung kanilang balat. Ano pa ba? There's something in their eyes Yung parang yung eyes nila hindi katulad sa atin, parang medyo may ganun konti. Pero ako kasi medyo mas nakikita ko sila, siguro sa 10 years ko sa Thailand, I can really spot if they're Thai or not. Maybe just 60%, 70%. Kasi minsan nagkakamali din ako. And may mga Pinoy na akala ko Thai, pero Pinoy pala. Kasi nga magaling na silang magsalita ng Thai language, ganun. So yeah, it's normal na pag pumunta kayo doon, parang nalilito kayo, Pinoy ba yun, Thai ba yun? O akala ko Pinoy ka, akala ko Thai ka. I thought you're Filipino, I'm sorry, gumaganon. Ano pa ba yung mga question ninyo? Pagkain. Sa pagkain naman, lagi kong sinasabi sa inyo na ang sarap po talaga ng pagkain nila. I remember a lot of you guys I commented na nasarapan din kayo sa food ng Thai. Pero if one person or isang Pinoy na first time ma-experience yung Thailand at talagang hindi kumakain ng pagkain nila, ayaw agad, tinatapon, ginaganon agad yung mangkok na merong sabaw, na merong mga dahon-dahon or whatever na niluluto nila, I do understand. Kasi guys, look at Madam Ten Gives. The first time she visited Thailand 5 years ago, talagang hindi niya makain yung pagkain ng Thailand. Sabihin ko sa inyo guys, itlog lang lagi yung in-order nila. Itlog or hotdog, yun lang. Pero, when she came back 5 years later, I was so shocked na very adventurous siya sa lahat ng pagkain ng Thai. She's like, I want to try that, I want to try this, I want to try that. And I'm like, whoa! Since when? Kasi the last time I do remember, nag-travel kami together. Matagal na din kami nag-travel together ni Madam Ten Gives ng International. I believe 5 years ago din yung sa Thailand kasi doon kami nagkita. I was still working in Thailand back then. I think it was before I gave birth to Kalbi. Anyway, I remember na after that, she traveled a lot more internationally. Maybe that helped na mas maging open-minded siya sa pagkain. So, I'm very, very proud of her. Yung kapatid ko na si Boss Jean, she tried also, especially the insects, you guys, yung scorpion at saka yung uod. Tinikman niya talaga ng walang pagdalawang isip. At ako'y proud na proud sa kanya kasi isa pa yan sa talagang hindi ko pa kayang gawin. So, ayun ang experience namin sa pagkain. They love chili so much. Yung bird's eye na chili, tsaka yung mga jablo, gustong-gusto nila yan. Minsan, napagkakamalan mo yung ulam na sili talaga sa sobrang dami ng nilalagay nilang sili. And if you don't know how to tell them na make it not spicy or maglagay ka lang ng isang sili or wag mong lagyan ng sili and they thought that you are Thai kasi minsan madami yung nag-o-order sa mga karinderya or sa restaurant, they will mistakenly make you the food na sobrang anghang na hindi mo talaga malagay sa bunganga mo kasi nga first time, parang naglalagablab agad yung bunganga mo pag tinikman mo dahil mahilig talaga sila sa sili. Okay? So, we did talk about the visa, the flight, what else? The accommodation, yung transport. Magkano yung magagastos ninyo normally per day pag nasa Bangkok kayo? That depends. There's no such thing as an exact amount. Depende po yan sa kung gaano po kayo kagutom, katulad ko. Kung gaano kayo kahilig mamili katulad ni Madam Ten Gives. Pero si Madam Ten Gives, huwag kayong mag-alala kasi negosyante yan. Pag marami siyang binibili, guys, 80%, 90% of the time, para yan sa negosyo niya. Hindi yan para sa luho. Okay? So anyway, it depends sa level ng inyong gutom, sa level ng inyong pagiging foodie, sa level ng inyong pagiging adventurous. Pero kung sasabihin lang natin kung magkano yung kailangan mo para mag-survive ka sa Bangkok na nakakakain ka 3 times a day, I would say pinakamababa tayo mag-base. Bahala na yung may budget yan. Diyan, sa atin yung doon tayo mag-start sa pinakamababa. At least kung meron kang, sa pagkain lang muna, 3 times a day, at least meron ka sanang um, 300 baht. Malaki na nga yung 300 baht eh. Pero ilalagay ko lang konti ng mataas kasi baka magsabi yung iba, grabe naman yan ma'am, kamura naman yan, anong mabili ko niyan? May 7-Eleven naman po, may mga palengke naman po sa gilid, may mga street food naman dyan kung hindi ka maarte, mag-survive ka talaga. But 300 baht or 600 pesos, approximately times na lang natin by 2 para hindi mahirapan yung hindi magagaling sa math katulad ko. 600 pesos at least, ma-enjoy mo na, or 300 baht, every day, ma-enjoy mo na yung pagkain, yung inumin, meron ka ng pang-dessert niyan, meron ka ng maybe pamasahin yan kung ikaw lang mag-isa at malapit lang yung pupuntahan mo. But if they're too close, you can actually walk. Ayun, I would say 300 baht. You guys, kung may 300 baht ka, so if you are thinking of staying in Thailand for 5 days, tas yung palak mo lang talaga ay kumain lang 3 times a day, yun lang talaga yung gusto mong mangyari, at make sure lang na mabuhay ka sa 5 days na yon, prepare yourself 300 baht times, pagkain lang to ha, baka mamaya magsabi kayo, ma'am, saan ako matutulog, ma'am, grabe ka naman, 300 baht times 5, that's 1,500 baht for 5 days, that's 3 meals, and that's 100 baht a meal. Marami kang makikita na pagkain that starts from 40 baht and then 30 baht na inumin. So kung maglalagay ka ng 100 baht per meal at magagastos mo lang yung 70 baht mo minimum for the meal, then you are good to go. Okay? So once again, sa pagkain lang po yun. Another question, ma'am, safe ba dyan kasi naglalakad kayo mga tag-midnight, 1:00, 2:00, 3:00, lumalabas pa kayo? Thailand is, I would say, safe. I've been in Thailand, I lived in Thailand for 10 long years and I did not really have a bad experience na yung dangerous or mamamatay ka na, nearly death experience. Wala namang ganun. Siguro yung mga disappointing moments ko lang, katulad nga na sinabi ko sa inyo, pag merong mga driver na tinatry nila na maging gahaman pagdating sa pamasahe, yun na yung pinaka-worst, I would say. Mababait naman yung mga Thai. They are welcoming, they are sweet, they are accommodating because it's in their culture to be hospitable, to be accommodatable. Ano daw? It's in their culture to smile. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the land of smile. Kasi nasa kultura na nila yung ngumiti, yung magsabi ng okay, I'm okay, it's okay, kahit na hindi naman talaga okay. In short, plastic. Hindi naman ganun, guys. I'm not going to be negative about it, but they are very welcoming, like I said. Once na nasa Thailand ka na, hindi ka na mahihirapan gumalaw doon. Their airport is very chill. The country is chill. Pwede kang lumabas nakapantulog, nakapekpek shorts, naka-crop top, naka-bra. Pwede kang bumunta sa 7-Eleven or sa palengke na full blast yung makeup mo. Pwede kang maganda-gandahan 24/7 at walang makikialam sa'yo. Kasi yung Thai people, hindi naman sila nagsasabi na, grabe yung ano niya, grabe naman yung mukha niya, punong-puno ng makeup, 7-Eleven lang. Ano man yan, nag-shorts, may peklat na malaki. Uy, ano man yan, nagpantulog, pumunta dito sa... Hindi po ganun yung mga Thai. Wala po silang pakialamanan kung ano yung trip mo physically. Pag nagpalagay ka ng ilong at yung ilong mo ay naka 3 levels, goods to go. Pag nagpa-lips ka at yung lips mo times 3 ng kay Angelina Jolie, goods to go. Kapag nagpa-opera ka ng bubicles mo at yung bubicles mo ay umabot na talaga sa kung saan man yan naabot, ayan, wala po silang pakialam. Everything there is okay. Everything there is open. Of course, as long as you are abiding by their law or the policy of the country or the community, then you are good to go. I am confident to tell you guys na chill lang talaga yung Bangkok or yung Thailand. I shared with you guys yung mga tips ko, paano nyo ma-enjoy yung Thailand. Ayan, sana ay nagets nyo yun. And if meron pa kayong katanungan about the country, please comment down below para ma-share ko sa inyo ulit. I wanted to make this video actually with Madam Ten Gives, pero we are both busy differently sa kanya-kanya naming schedule. And I just got this initiative na i-share sa inyo etong part na to muna. Maybe next time I'll ask Madam Ten Gives as well. So, if you want to hear that one, I'll let you guys know if out na yung episode. Ano pa ba? May nakalimutan pa ba ako, guys? Speaking Thai, I know how to speak, I know how to converse, especially in most important situation like nagbabiyahe, namimili, kumakain. Chismisan, hindi ako marunong na mag-converse ng ganun, yung chismisan, harap-harapan tayo mag-chismisan in Thai local language, hindi ko po yun kaya. But I can converse when you're talking to me kung saan ako pupunta, kung ba't ako pupunta doon, kung bakit ako marunong magpasatay. Kasi maraming nagtanong sa akin ng mga local, uy, akala ko Thai ka, gumaganon sila sa akin. Kasi daw, marunong akong magsalita ng kanilang lingwahe. And then, they are shocked most of the time asking me, oh, put Thai, chatmak. Chatmak means, ang galing ko daw magsalita. And then I had to tell them, I was a teacher. Pen kun kru ka, son pa sa angkit, naklian Thai. So I have to tell them, I was a teacher here. And I used to teach your students, the Thai students, English language. I've been here for 10 years. I tell them I was here for 10 years and I enjoyed Thailand so much. And I tell them I love their language. Put pa sa Thai chop mak. Sanuk. Ginaganon ko. So, put pa sa Thai chop mak. Speaking your Thai language, I love it very much. That's why I cannot forget it. When they ask me what food do I like and I speak to them in Thai, they're shocked. I tell them I chop kai thot. Kai thot is chicken, fried chicken. Chop tom yum. Alam nyo naman yung tom yum soup, isa sa pinakasikat na soup ng Thailand yan. Tikman ninyo guys, pagkasarap-sarap talaga. Chop tom yum soup te may ao pet. I don't want it to be spicy. Or chop som tam, o yung papaya na pokpok, yung sinabi ko sa inyo last time. Chop som tam te sai pik andiao ka. Gusto ko yung som tam ninyo, pero lagyan mo ng sili, isa lang. Okay, ganon. So I'm very, very happy. I was really amazed, and I'm still amazed sa bansang Thailand. I'm happy I went there. My heart is also happy that I've been with my child, si Kuya Kahil. Masaya ako at nagkita kami, nag-spend time kami together. Though talagang kailangan ko ding magbenta on the side, and I know my son understands that a lot kasi yun yung source of income ko as nanay nila. Doon ako kumukuha ng panggastos namin. Of course, hindi mawawala yung mga judgmental na nagsasabi na bakit daw ako ulit lumabas ng bansa, iniiwan ko lang daw yung mga anak ko sa mga trusted ko ng mga staff like Auntie Christine or Ate Boji. Bahala na kayo sa buhay nyo, ayoko na mag-explain. Minsan talaga yung pagiging bobo ng mga tao, guys, hindi mo na talaga yan ma-explainan. Kasi kahit anong explain ko, kung nakatatak na talaga sa puso at utak nyo, yung pagiging bitter nyo, wala na talaga akong magagawa dyan. Pero anyway, like I said, it was a very productive trip. I went with my family. I went with with Ate Ashley. I went with a few friends. Ayan, shout out nga pala sa Team Sirok. Kay Sis Toots, kay Sis Love, and of course kay Lady Gaga, kay Maring Sarah, hello sa mga taga-Toril natin na friends dyan. Maraming salamat for the wonderful time with you guys, for that wonderful moment. I know doon natin natitest yung ating friendship kasi minsan nakikita natin yung isa't isa na aburido at mainit ang ulo. Ganun lang talaga yan. If you can't handle me in my worst, you can't handle me in my best. Charot. Anyway, yes, it was an amazing time. We enjoyed. Another question na hindi ko pa na-answer is, how did we get those activities na binook namin? We booked Thai cooking class from Silom Thai Cooking School. That's from Kuluk or Kluk. I don't know how you read that. Pero I enjoyed that one. 5-star. The next one we booked is the Sunset Cruise. I love that one as well. The food was amazing, you guys. The sunset was nice. It was wonderful time. We enjoyed. I give that one as well 5 stars. So it's up to you kung ibubook nyo dyan. Check nyo na lang sa Klook. Number 3, Muay Thai experience. Of course, never been. I've never done that in my life, and I did it with my sister. I did it with Boss Jean. I did it with Madam Ten Gibbs. And I did it with my anak, Kuya Kahil. I love you, Kuya Kahil. Shout out. Mama loves you very much. I did it with him, and it was amazing. Highly recommended as well. Yung presyo, nakalimutan ko na. Bahala na kayo mag-check dyan. Basta siguro nasa yung Yung Sunset Cruise, nasa 1,500 pesos, approximately lang yan. Yung Thai Cooking School, nasa 2,000 pesos. Yung Muay Thai, nasa 450 pesos ang isang oras at kalahati. So, check nyo na lang once again. Hindi po ako sponsor, wala pong nagbayad sa akin sa lahat ng shinare ko sa inyo, but it's okay, I don't need that. Kasi po, meron naman akong binibenta araw-araw. Ano pa ba? Yung aming one-day tour sa Nakhon Pathom, dyan ko din nakuha sa Klook or Klook. Meron na siyang van. I feel like that was expensive, you guys. Maybe you can find a cheaper one pag meron kayong contact na driver na Thai, na merong van. Mas makakamura kayo. I feel like we paid more with Klook, with that activity. So, mas maganda kumuha na lang kayo ng van, kontratahin nyo na lang. We paid like, I believe we paid like to 10,000 pesos for the van, touring us for the whole day from 10 o'clock o 9 o'clock ng umaga hanggang alas 8 ng gabi. 10,000, pero 10 naman kami naghati-hati noon, so that's 1,000 pesos each. Ayun, sorry, natamaan ko yung aking, yung aking cellphone. Ayan. Ano pa ba? The rest of the activities, wala naman kami ginawang activities na yung pinasyal namin sa Bangkok, yung may nagsayaw-sayaw na mga dancer na yun lang, nagsayaw-sayaw ng mga dancer. Kami na lang nun guys, kumuha na lang kami ng masasakyan namin doon via Grab, nag-van kami. Ano pa ba? Yung mukata, ang sarap ng mukata guys. Once again, the name is Mangkon, Mungkkorn, seafood restaurant. Look for it sa Google Map. Makikita nyo, kung nasa Bangkok kayo, it's around 20 to 30 minutes travel. It's amazing pag mahilig kayo sa seafood. Please visit that place. At make sure na marami kayong oras na ilalaan dyan. Kasi talagang unlimited, guys. Eat till you drop. Talaga. At lalo na pag mahilig ka sa seafood. Ako kasi, I do love seafood, pero hindi kasing, siguro out of 5, nasa around 1 or 2. Hindi ako ganun kaloko sa seafood. Ang maloko sa seafood talaga si Madam Bibi at saka si Madam Ten Gibbs. Dalawa sila, na addict talaga sa seafood at sa sausawan ng seafood. Ako hindi, guys. More more on, more on halo-halo. Pwede seafood, isda, ganun. Pero yung talagang naglalaway, tululaway, pag naririnig ko yung mga crabs, ganun, hindi naman ako ganun. Ayan. Ano pa ba? I believe that's it. May nakalimutan pa ba ako, guys? If may nakalimutan pa ako, please let me know. But right now, let me go to the part where dun sa may nakasakay na kami ng airplane. Fast forward, dumating na kami sa Davao International Airport. Now, let's talk about customs. Hindi ko alam sino sa inyo may experience sa customs. Pakikwentuhan naman ako sa baba. I would really love to hear what you do, guys, with them. Kapag meron kayong mga na itatax na item. Pero I read about it, you are not going to be taxed sa dala mo galing abroad kung isa kang tourist or nagbakasyon ka lang if it is 10,000 pesos or less. That's what I read. Again, if I'm wrong, please do correct me. Disclaimer, I'm not affiliated to anyone from customs. I don't claim to have the perfect 100% complete details. I just did my research and I saw that pag yung items na dala mo is less than 10,000 pesos, you are not going to be taxed. So, anong nangyari? Natagalan po kami sa customs pagdating namin sa Davao International Airport. International na yung Davao. Sana yung Jensen next time, international na din. So, na-stuck kami doon kasi nga we had very big luggages. They were marked, hindi ko anong tawag mo dyan. Basta pag na-mark yung iyong luggage, sa amin is red na X. Maraming salamat sa naglagay ng X sa aming mga luggage. We felt chosen. So anyway, wala kang magagawa dyan because it's a responsibility that you have to face. We were stopped, we were interviewed, our items were checked, and we ended up paying customs tax. May resibo naman yan, guys. Pero I do suggest kapag kayo ay uuwi na marami kayong dala at isa kayong tourist, pumunta kayo ng Thailand, ng Japan, ng Singapore, ng Hong Kong, make sure that you have a receipt kung hindi man lang more than 10,000 pesos yung pinamili ninyo para hindi nyo na kailangang ma-disappoint or makipag-away sa kahit kanino once na hinarang kayo to check your items. Once again, posible po talaga kasi isa po yan sa kailangan natin gawin. They have all the right to open our luggages in front of us to check kung ano yung dala natin. May right po sila. And may right sila na hanapin yung resibo sa inyo para hindi kayo matax just in case 10,000 or below yung inyong napamili. Pero if it looks like it's 10,000 or more, pero cheap lang yung mga prices na yon, make sure na meron kayong resibong ipapakita. Kasi meron naman kayong binibilhan na palengke na mura lang talaga. Madam, paano yan? Walang resibo. Hindi naman sila nagbibigay ng resibo. Well, wala tayong magagawa kung wala silang resibo. You have to answer that to the customs. Pero, kung merong resibo, please include the receipt. Kasi minsan baka pwedeng sabihin ng customs na it looked like you bought more than 20,000. Sa'yo sa palengke mo lang binili yon at hindi umabot ng 10,000 pesos. Okay lang yon, pero magpakita ka ng resibo. So, find a way. Ayan. Of course, pag mga branded yan, mga leather na sapatos and everything yan, and it looks like you're going to sell them, mahirapan ka talaga dyan. Lalo na pag may resibo. Kasi leather may mga items na sobrang mahal. Mga branded, mga Charles & Keith, mga bag, mga ano pa ba yan, mga Michael Kors, mga ganun, mga leather. Hindi kasi ako masyadong maalam, guys, sa mga mahal, luxurious items na yan. Pero pag may mga ganyan kayong dala, and it's just for personal, let's say 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 5 boxes, and it's just for yourself, or you're giving it to your spouse or giving it to a family member, you can talk to the customs naman, and maybe you can show them the receipt, or if you don't, you have to tell them na it's not going to be for sale, it's for personal purpose only. Pero you have to be ready to really talk to them or answer them if they have questions. Like, it doesn't look like it's personal, Day, kasi ang dami-dami niya, no? Parang feeling ko talaga ibebenta mo talaga dyan. Bahala ka na, guys, ikaw na bahala magsagot niyan, wala talaga ako masabi dyan. Basta pag na-tax po kayo, wala po kayo magagawa. Okay? You can talk to the custom officer. You can ask them for advices. Ma'am, what should I do next time if I go travel and I come back with this and that? What if for personal lang po talaga siya? What if ganito, ganyan? Para mag-guide nila kayo. Hindi naman sila matakaw sa information, guys. They do answer questions naman. So, like I said, there are some things that we can avoid. There are some things that we can't avoid, and immigration and customs are one of the things we have to face. Kasi those are, nakasulat na yan siya sa law ng Pilipinas. Ayan. So, for me, it's not bad. Wala naman ako masyadong talagang pinamiling mamahalin. I would say na, may items naman ako na hindi naman ganun kadami kahit na medyo may price siya. So, maraming ngayon, guys, dahil mainit-init yung mga labubu at laboba. Labubu, mga charms na pagkamahal-mahal, guys. Talagang yung mainit na siya ngayon sa customs. Kasi may mga Filipinos, travelers na dumarating talaga na ang lalaki ng bags and boxes. Kasi all their charms, all their monsters, labubu are inside the box, and those boxes are huge. So talagang naiinitan na yan ngayon sa airport and sa customs. So wala kayong magagawa dyan. Be ready to face customs. Swerte lang kayo if you have another way to deal with it. I don't know, pero what I know is you have to really pay if they ask you to pay your tax. Ayun. So maraming salamat, you guys. I hope you understood this whole episode. Sana nakatulong ako sa inyo in any way. Let me know if you love this episode, and if you have any more questions, please comment them down below. Babasahin ko, and itatry ko siyang isingit sa next natin na mga episodes. Tingnan natin kung ano ba, nag-record ba talaga siya. Ayan, nag-record naman tayo, and we are now at 24 minutes. 24 minutes na pala ako nag-Chika Bell sa inyo. Pero time check natin, 1:42 p.m. And finally, natapos ko tong episode na to. I've been really wanting to share with you guys the summary of everything. Wait lang, parang may nakalimutan ako. Yung pasalubong, yes. Sa pasalubong, ano yung mga magagandang pasalubong na ibibigay na hindi ganun kamahal sa mga budget-friendly, mahilig magbigay ng pasalubong? I would suggest go to Big C. Sa Bangkok, they have a lot of Big C or 7-Eleven. You can get there a lot of Thai products na masasarap. From coffee to sweets to bread, anything you wanna give, from chips, maraming flavor yung Thailand ng flavor ng pagkain nila na nilagay nila sa kanilang mga candy, sa kanilang mga inumin, sa kanilang mga noodles, lalong-lalo na sa mga chips. So, I found this really nice chips na hindi ko nabili. It's a potato chip, pero ang kanyang flavor ay itlog na maalat. So, nagtry ako ng isa lang yung binili ko. It was nice. and I did not get a chance to buy more of that thing, but it was really amazing. So you can give that one as pasalubong. Number 2 na mabibili mong pasalubong, of course, t-shirt. If you want those t-shirts, Bangkok, Thailand t-shirts. Number 3, magnets. You can always buy them. Magnets, keychains, blah, blah, blah. You know, the works, nail cutter, whatnot, can opener, bottle opener. So, up to you guys. And then, if you really want, kasi sometimes people, they appreciate food. Like, if you taste the food of this certain country, you feel like, oh, I've been there. Oh, masarap. Oh, ganito palang lasa ng pagkain nila. I do suggest giving one of their food or spices. For us, Madam Tengiv, she brought a lot of mango sticky rice. Kasi yun talaga yung nasarapan niya na dessert ng Thailand. And she got a chance to get it from the airport, dun sa may departure area na. And even then, kahit na bumili siya ng marami, guys, marami din yung mga nag-message sa kanya that they also want to have the mango sticky rice fresh from Thailand. And what's amazing is, because we traveled from Thailand direct to Davao International Airport, it only stayed with us for like 4 or 5 or few hours. Unlike kapag nag-stop over ka pa sa Manila, na baka mamaya pagdating mo ng Jensan, guys, yung mangga mo, instead na yellow, naging brown dahil sa tagal ng travel. Pero food is one of ang gandang pasalubong niyan from Thailand. They have a lot. Ang daming flavor, ang daming spices. I do recommend you guys to try them. Don't be scared kapag nakita nyo yung noodles nila na itlog maalat yung flavor, or yung kanilang junk food na ang flavor ay parang tawag nito yung mga dahon-dahon nila, spices nila. They are so good in making them taste like the real food na niluluto nila sa kusina. So, I don't know how they do that, you guys, but like I said, I will forever be amazed with Thailand. Once again, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and of course, I hope you do let me know what you think sa episode na to. And sana ay hindi naman kayo nagsawa sa kakatala ko ng 25 minutes. I am happy to close our journey in Thailand with this episode, you guys. And I am looking forward to going back there again, inshallah. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Much love, Princess Yiga.